What is up, you guys? It's me, Cham, and I am back just in time for October. And what better way to kick off October? Sorry, I'm really excited. Um, than to do a Cham Spooky Corner episode. Yes, but I also have another announcement. On Saturdays, I will be doing a podcast with one of my best friends, Calli. I will link everything you need to know in the description. You can also follow me on Twitter for updates, because I'll always update when either she's streaming, when something new's coming out, just random updates. And yeah, you can check all that out in the description. These podcasts will be done on Saturday, and we're calling Spooky Saturdays. So yes, I hope to see you there. And yeah, let's get started. Our first story starts with a story from the Reddit user L Yap. She says, I am almost 20 years old, and this is one of the many weird paranormal encounters I've ever had since I was very young. This one event has always stuck with me, mainly because both me and my mom were present at the time. This experience happened when I was around 9 or 10. Me and my mom were sitting together in our living room, minding our own business, when we both, clear as day, hear my mom's name being called by our next door neighbor, who we'll call Jay, who always pops over to ask if mom wants to join her for a cigarette. So me and my mom look at each other in disbelief, as we both knew she wasn't home. She was away for the week with her husband at their holiday home by the seaside. This has always freaked me and my mom out for years, both knowing that our neighbors weren't home at the time of the incident. As me and my mom are both strong believers of the paranormal and believe in manipulation of voices, can anybody give us any advice, any ideas of what you think it might be? We've had many experiences, so I'll be writing many more. Update, we live in the UK, so I can't make ties with American folklore. Yikes. So, quick commentary. If you saw our first Cham Spooky Corner, I too, my mom hears voices that sound like me a lot, and most of the time, I'm not even home. I guess one of the scariest ones were, we were watching a movie in her room, and I fell asleep. She heard me calling her from my room. She was saying, what? So she sat up and was like, what do you want? But then she looked, and I was sleeping right next to her in bed. So, yeah, my mom hears my voice a lot. I never do. I've heard it once, and I was like, what the fuck? Because I literally thought she was going crazy. But I never hear it. I mean... So yeah, I feel for her, and let's keep the ball rolling. Our next story is from HuffPost.com. I will link these stories if you want to read them yourself. I'm not going to read all of them, but yeah, here we go. My grandfather told me the story about how one time he was sitting in a chair in front of the house when he heard his wife repeatedly calling him from inside the house. The thing is, my grandmother passed away a few years before that, but he told me that the voice was so pressing that he actually got up to look inside the house, and as soon as he got inside, he heard a loud crash behind him and turned around to see the chair he had been sitting on moments ago had been crushed by the cast iron gutter that fell on it. If he hadn't come inside the house, he would have probably been seriously injured. I don't know if it's paranormal or not, but every time I think about it, it sends chills down my spine. I think it's pretty sweet that she was still looking out for him. So, still a little creepy, but it was sweet. This next story is called The Crib Shadow. I was babysitting my niece once while I was staying at my brother's place, and they had the baby camera set up so I can see her on the little TV it came with. I was studying and starting dozing off when I heard some whispering and realized it was coming from the monitor. I initially thought it was some feedback or something, but when I looked at the TV, there was a dark shadow near my niece's crib. I've never been more terrified in my life, but the shadow was clearly there where it had not been before. I ran to my niece's room and looked around and saw nothing, but I took her the hell out of there. I went back to the TV, and the shadow was clearly gone. I told my brother what happened, and he pulled me aside and told me not to mention it to my sister-in-law because she'll freak out, but that he had seen the same thing several times now with the same whispering. They stayed in the house for about 4 more years, and when my niece was just learning to talk, she would tell her mom about her special friend. To this day, it scares the shit out of me. When they moved out, my brother told my niece had become inconsolably sad because she would miss her friend. Her mom would tell her she could bring him along, but all she would say was that he couldn't leave the house. We have never to this day told her about the damn shadow, and she apparently never saw it. So I'm gonna chime in and say, if my kid, like, I'm not telling anyone how to parent, but if my kid's like, oh no, my imaginary friend, I'll be like, yeah, no, you're gonna have to leave them behind, because fuck all that. Like, what if it decided to follow them around, and like, what if it was really evil or something? I don't know. Call me paranoid, which I am, proudly. I'm just safe. I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, I get paranoid with things like that. I remember there was a ghost show. I forgot which one because there's tons, but the dad was watching his daughter, like, hanging out with her, and she was young, and she said that there's someone outside that wants to play with her, and he looked out, didn't see anything. He thought it was an imaginary friend. He's like, why don't you invite her to come play? And so she did. She invited it inside, and it was like a damn demon or some shit. And yeah, the mom was pretty pissed because she knew, like, hey, don't be inviting random spirits in the house. But, you know, the dad thought it was innocent fun. But yeah, still, like, things like that, I'd be paranoid. I'd be like, that sucks for your friend. He has to stay out there forever. He's not allowed to ever come inside. But yeah, let's read maybe one or two more, guys. This next story is called The Photograph. My friend took this picture of his cousin in their new house. He said it was just the two of them there, but that's not what it looks like. Oh, fuck. That was short and fucking scary. What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, that's it, guys. That's all I have for you today. I hope you did enjoy those those stories a little bit. Just a little tease. Happy October. I'm glad to be back. Remember that Spooky Saturdays is happening on Twitch, a podcast with my friend. Everything you need to know will be in the description, so please check it out. I would love for you to come stop by. Yeah, we would also have a Discord server for you to join, which will also be linked. I'm sorry I'm saying so much. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while. Yeah. All right, guys, I will see you later. Bye.